Hello. Okay. Can you tell us your name, please, where you're from, and a little bit about yourself?
I'm Patrick Whisky out of Charleston, South Carolina. And I guess I'm originally from Princeton, West Virginia. That's why we're talking right now. I'm a visual artist, a painter, muralist.
Awesome. You've been doing a lot of stuff lately. You're very active, huh? I heard about your award for Best Artist in Charleston. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's nice. It was a nice little nod, so.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So you've been in all kinds of big cities, too. Like, you've got walls in... What cities do you have walls in now?
Miami and New York and Detroit and New Orleans and, some other places. I can't remember. Charleston, Savannah.
Can you tell the viewers, for those who might not be familiar with street art, about the street art movement?
Yeah, it's, I don't know exactly, I'm not like the guy that's, the all-wise guy that knows exactly what's going on. I'm just kind of part of the movement. Maybe there was a time like Detroit, I think 1 million people left Detroit, and there's just like a lot of abandonment, I think, in America. And it seemed like a lot of the artists kind of took their art to the public spaces during that period of time. That's one of the reasons why maybe the popularity in the last 5 or so years or whatever it's been. But I don't know. I'm just happy to kind of be a part of it, and we're kind of like going around the country revitalizing parts of towns and stuff. Parts of towns and neighborhoods that people don't really even want to stop and hang out. It's kind of dangerous sometimes.
Gosh, I can imagine. And in the sort of our corner of the world here in downtown Princeton, here on Mercer Street, it was awesome to have you here in your hometown. Can you tell us a little about your project here on Mercer Street?
Yeah, well, I think I spent about a month there on Mercer Street painting those 2 walls, and I'd say that those were the 2 biggest walls to date that I've done. Especially back to back like that. It was just a pretty cool opportunity to come back to my hometown where I grew up and be a part of the movement you guys got going on down there with the Renaissance Project. So you guys got some stuff going on.
Yeah, that's cool. It was awesome to have you a part of it. I appreciate you spending your time and talent with us. So the theater, did you ever see a movie in that theater?
Negatory.
Yeah, me too. That was, I think, maybe before.
Yeah, it was kind of before we kind of was growing up or whatever. But I've heard stories about it.
Yeah. So you got a tile. Rita Montrose passed on a tile to you, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. I grabbed some tiles. My buddy Jesse came down from Princeton and visited me a couple weeks ago, and got some tiles delivered to me. So I pretty much just set up 4 tiles and kind of did a signature kind of creature with spray paint. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It was just like a little bit of me, my personality on some old vintage tiles from the homeland.
That's pretty unmistakable. I like that about your work. There's no mistake about who painted those tiles. It's going to be really cool to see that theater come back to life, so I really appreciate you dedicating your time and donating that to the project.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's see here. So your buddies are getting ready to move in to your hometown with the House of Art.
I know. That's exciting. You guys got Gary Bolin on Mercer Street right now.
That's really freaking... I can't even describe it. So he was a big mentor to you, right? Like you were really influenced during your time that you spent with Gary.
Yeah, well, Gary was the guy that pretty much got me going on the career path that I am right now. I met Gary at the very beginning of my professional career over in Bloomfield. And when we met, he kind of took me under his wing and told me his life story, and we just kind of painted together, over the 5 years of that period of time. And he was just kind of an open book with any information that I needed to know. And I don't know, he's like one of my best friends. Our age is, we might like be 30-some years apart, but our minds seem to be like on that same level.
Cool. I hope that we'll get to see you, that you'll be popping in here and there over the years, so we'll get to visit with you and stuff, and maybe run into you more. Cool.
Yeah, I'll be kicking around. I'm coming back this summer sometime.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So backing up, you went from your high school career straight to Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, I went to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh in 1997, right after I graduated high school. So I dropped out 6 months after that. I remember calling my parents one time that I think I wanted to drop out of art school and become a stunt double. Like,
That's awesome. And you really like WrestleMania right now, I think?
Yeah, I'm like this huge wrestling fan. So I've always been a wrestling fan, and then I kind of fell out of it, and now I'm back in it, like more than ever. And then I got my neighbors into it, so I got this group of people that I hang out with down here, and we're watching it every week, and we get all the pay-per-views, and we're throwing parties for it. It's just good times, you know. We just went to the road to WrestleMania. It happened like 2 minutes down from my house. So we live like right beside an arena down here. So the wrestlers get to come, you know. I'm trying to see if they want to come hang out with me in my house, but...
I think I read one of your posts that said you listen to it while you're painting.
I listen to it when I'm painting. I listen to it when I'm working out. I listen to it, you know, too much probably.
It's a unique inspiration.
Yeah, it's fun. I like the old 80s commentary. I think it's my favorite.
Could you give me just a little bit about how your Winkles developed? And do you remember, like, as your characters developed, like, the story of how you discovered Winkles? Or they discovered you?
Yeah, I guess they discovered me, you know. It actually started with a question mark. I painted a question mark. You know, it seems stupid, I guess, but I remember years and years ago, I was hanging out in my studio, and I didn't know what to paint, and I painted a question mark, and then the question mark ended up turning into this little wormy thing, and I put eyes and a mouth on it, put stripes on it, and then there's the little Winkle, you know, and he became kind of like my signature, my logo, like my Mickey Mouse. So. And I still throw up the Winkle. The Winkle you can see in all my characters, really. You know, whether he is actually in the piece or a lot of times he'll be like the ghost image and he's kind of hiding in there. He's kind of almost like a Where's Waldo. Mm-hmm. His DNA is in all my creatures right now. So from the Winkle, like, came everything.
It's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say to the listeners, or say to Princeton, or in conclusion?
I'll see you guys soon enough. Y'all keep doing it down there. I'm proud of you guys.
Thanks, man. Thank you, Patch.